months. And after you have the baby, your like abdominal wall's this way, all your guts are up. So if you push straight back right here, you're gonna touch the front of your spine, guys! Puberty was hard enough. I'm not ready for that much change to my body. I'm just gonna make that very clear. I ran through my material really quick, Tyrone. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Actually, so I just started a new job a few months ago. Has anyone started a new job? You, Tiffany, just started a new job. Did anyone ask you if you were a part of the family on your first day?
The family?
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant either. This guy comes up and he asks, "Are you a part of the family?" And I go, "Huh?" He's like, "No, are you a part of the LGBTQ alphabet soup community?" And I was like, "I mean, I've been straight so far, but I just moved here, so I guess we'll see what happens." And he's like, he got really sad. He's like, "Oh man, my gaydar must just be really off." I was like, "No, I dress super gay. I am totally aware of what I'm putting out there in the world." And then I just realized I want to live in a world where sucking dick and wearing comfortable clothes are not mutually exclusive. I feel like we're at a point in time where we can be that accepting, that we can just let people be comfy and do what they want to do. That's all I'm thinking about. Who here has had a colonoscopy? Anybody? You had a colonoscopy? Yeah. Well, I mean, you're out that. No, it's great. It's great. Everybody should get their poopers checked. I'm serious. It's important. My sister's pooper killed her. It's okay to laugh at that. You don't have to, but it makes me feel better when people laugh. But it's not a fun thing, but it is interesting. They give you like this giant jug, and you have to put this mix in it and put water, and it's not sweet, it's not salty, but it is disgusting. And you have to drink like all of it. And then like about an hour in, the gates are open, and you're pooping like you've never pooped in your entire life. And it's like you're just holding on for dear life, and you just kind of hang out on the toilet for a while. Then you get ready to go to bed, and your little pooper's so tired you were going to poop in your sleep. So I derobed from here down and just rolled myself in a towel like a little poo-rito. But good news, don't have colon cancer. But seriously, get your poopers checked, all y'all's. I mean, obviously went a little while, but my sister was diagnosed in her mid to late 30s, so some of you guys could have it. I was making that too scary. I do that stuff, I guess. I don't know, I'm too dark for this. This is too happy a place. What? I want to actually look to see. Whoa, no, there's not, like, your undercarriage is confusing. Like, it's this skin color, and then there's like a blot of black, like right through the middle, and I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to signify with that. It makes me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, she's a beautiful lady. You guys should buy her a butt. Just kidding, we don't have alcohol here. What are you talking about? I'm going to tell my story about how I can't run for office. Anybody done anything that means you cannot run for political office?
Yes.
I decided I wanted to be Harriet Tubman in a wax museum when I was 10. And my mom said, go to the Mary Kay lady down the street and get the darkest concealer she has. I did blackface, guys. I did blackface. And I didn't know it was wrong. There aren't enough black people in Montana for us to know that's a bad thing. My parents thought it was okay. The teachers weren't upset. There was a black kid in my class, and his mom didn't even think about it. Granted, there was a kid dressed as Jesus, and I'm the offensive one. Like, I don't know, it was just a little rough, guys. It was a little rough. And it just makes me feel really bad, because I was like, I was trying to be empowered, show someone cool, and now I'm looking back on it, I'm like, that was the worst thing we could have done. I looked really goddamn cute, though. I was like, Harriet Tubman. Race relations are complicated, guys. They're really complicated. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. No, the black kid in my class, he was one of the Wright brothers. So, I mean, he was a totally white person. I was like, you had so many cool black people to choose from. And then I took it like an asshole. I didn't even know. Like, how are you supposed to know that? One of my friends told me he dressed up as Bill Cosby because he was, like, his favorite. He's like, yeah, how do you think I feel about that? Yeah, mine's not as bad. You're right. I made a way better choice on that front. Let's see. I can do a little bit more. I do have a cat. Anybody a cat owner in the room? We got some kitty cat people. I didn't realize how bad it was until people just started gifting me things. Like my old boss gave me her old 365-day calendar of cat pictures. And I was like, is this like the initiation process? I'm going to keep on getting more cat shit from people. And he posts on Facebook, Rochelle, you should like this. And it's like cats in alligator costumes, which that one is fantastic if you haven't seen it. Oh my god. There's like 10 of them. They're all walking around on a bed and like flopping over. Ugh. But I love my cat. I got her because I have depression and anxiety. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it's happening. Basically, I'm drowning my depression in pussy. But it doesn't really make any sense because I've never met an animal who rejects you more than a cat. I go up to her, I'm like, hey, Harriet, you want to hang out? She's like, fuck off, I'm going to go lick my asshole. I'm like, all right, I'll schedule some time later. You have a good one. And then I love that about 10% of the time when she's awake, she's a methed out ninja looking for a stash that does not exist. And like, my anxiety disappears because I'm like, she's way more stressed out than I ever am. So I can just relax now. She can worry for me. One last story. So I have a tattoo. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see a little bit of baby side boob. So it's right here. It's an apple with a knife through it, and it says he fell down some stairs. I dated this guy in high school, and the joke was that I beat the shit out of him. How cute is that, right? Domestic violence. So we made up this story about how our friends at school would find out that I'd been beating him. So he shows up to class, and he's got a black eye, and he's trying to hide it like nobody's business. I'm in the back of the classroom eating an apple off of a knife wearing a leather jacket, because that's how badass I was in high school. People are like, Nick, what's wrong? Are you okay? What happened? He's like, oh, I just fell down some stairs. And I hear this conversation. It's not going to fucking happen. So I start walking over there. And they say, really, Mick? It doesn't look like a black eye could happen for you falling down the stairs. I come up. I slam that knife down on the desk. The apple slices in half and falls to the floor. And I say, he said he fell down some stairs. He fell down some fucking stairs. We're leaving. So he's dead now, and that's why I got the tattoo. Don't worry, guys, we can laugh. It's okay. It's okay. That's like my favorite thing, to tell a story about someone and then go, they're dead now. I don't know why that happens. I'm sorry, I'm so messed up. I gotta really fine-tune this material so it's funny, because you guys are just too nice. Oh man, you know what this is? Can you just like think about us? You're the only freakishly followers here. You're the only genetic mutant in the room who doesn't make sense. So think about us. But I'll end with this one. It's my only one-liner. I consider myself a bit of an exhibitionist. I only eat bananas in public.
One more time for Rochelle Cody! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you. Next. Then you.
Oh.
I see, look.
They got me high and then they pointed me to
You know what? I'm gonna start putting a disclaimer when I book this room with comedians. Like, do not smoke before you go on stage. Because I'm gonna have a couple of them come in here and be like, yeah, so I was gonna tell a couple jokes. Where are we at again? We here? What? Right? So, but the ladies are awesome. They're doing a good job. I don't know if any of them are hot. If they are, they're hot as well. Except Belinda walking to the stage. That's the only one that's like, fuck, I blew it. We're doing so well. Oh my goodness. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? This next comedian comes to the stage. I've had the pleasure of working with this young lady. She was actually on one of our showcases, the Young Gun showcase that we did over at Duff's Garage, and she slayed it. Did I do that? I can do that? Let's go? Okay, I can do that. Yeah. And she absolutely killed it. It's a pleasure to have her back and doing her thing. Please show your love for Miss Kay Murphy!
watching all you guys fuck up getting the mic out of the stand. It's like my #1 goal not to do that. Hi, everybody. Hello. Yay. Hi. I think it's appropriate to ask you guys, do you ever smoke so much weed that you have to watch Forrest Gump to like keep yourself from calling an ambulance? They're all like, no, that's never happened. It happened to me because I don't smoke weed because I'm an alcoholic. And yeah, I'm like dead sober right now. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know, but it's weird. Congratulations, this is my first sober comedy set. Recorded. Yeah, I have a bad habit of being drunk in public. Like, I don't drink at home alone, I'm just always drunk in a public place. Like your chances of seeing me drunk in public are like your same chances of having HPV. Right? There's like a 75% chance that when you see me in public, I'm gonna be drunk. I also graduated from art school. Maggie and I both. Maggie with a master's degree. That's not so impressive. But yeah, if your parents ask you how you plan to pay off the crippling amount of student debt you've accumulated dicking around at fine art school, don't tell them stand-up comedy. You'll just feel the sadness. You'll just feel the disappointment vibrating off of them. But like, I know, like, they're still in denial that like what happened here isn't their fault somehow. Still, they're like totally in denial that like, you know, when I was like walking out the door, first day, 8th grade, wearing my big baggy trip pants with chains. I was wearing like 4 belts. I had on those like fingerless skeleton gloves. You know what I'm talking about? I had like pink hair. I looked like Ronald McDonald at a biker gang funeral, essentially. And they were like, you look great, hon, you're gonna do fine. And they wonder why I didn't go to nursing school. I don't know. I'm like, Dad, you made me watch Alien when I was 8 years old, and all I ever learned from you was how to flick lit cigarettes at joggers. From the window of a Ford F-150. Oh man. I've kind of boiled down all my insecurities to the fact that my tits don't match. Right? Like one of them is great. Like one of them's like perfect porn star titty. Like nipple in the middle, always just like optimistic as fuck. Just hard pointing at the sky. And then like this one is just like staring off at the floor in the distance. Like this is the one in the mirror that's like, well, at least you have a personality, you know? And like separate, they look like normal boobs. Like if you saw one at a time, you'd be like, oh, that's a totally normal titty. But when you squeeze them together, like this whole thing turns into this weird lazy eye Steve Buscemi face sort of thing. Like all my sexual partners are like, oh my god, what an interesting looking person. Good for them for getting out there. Like I assume they used to say about Steve Buscemi. My best friend is getting married like a piece of shit. And she recently told me that her boyfriend, well, fiance, likes to put it in her butt so often that she now has to write down how many times a day and at what time of day she poops. And I quote her to prevent further accidents. This is a poop joke, you guys. I don't know what could have happened. Like, what was so traumatic for these adults who have like dogs to feed and bills to pay that like now the spontaneity of anal sex is just like out the window in a long-term relationship. Like he's like, babe, please, babe, babe. And she's like, okay, but let me check my day planner. I had Chipotle a couple days ago. Am I the only one who got that Chipotle E. coli thing? It's fine. And the rest of us, though, are just, you know, drunk on Jaeger in a stranger's carpeted one-bedroom in Beaverton, getting it on with a dude who lied about being a boat captain. Like, oh yeah, put it wherever you want. It's fine. What I'm saying is, like, I have a diet of chili cheese flavored Fritos and whiskey, so the stakes are always high. What I'm really saying is like, are you ever taking a shit and it just like keeps coming and coming and coming and coming, so you're like, oh, this isn't gonna end anytime soon, so I'm just gonna pinch it off here and come back to it later in the hour. Right? I'm single. That's what I'm saying. My ex-boyfriend, just to twist the knife, invited me to his wedding over Facebook Messenger. I usually get like an "aw" after that. You guys are heartless and all that. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Oh, what makes it worse is that he's getting married to a woman 17 years his senior, who has 2 kids closer to his age than he is to her age. Because, you know, like, I guess this just like wasn't divorced enough for him. You know. Oh, and this down here was just like too fresh and too tight. You know. He's more into a woman who split it, birth canal to turd canal, got it stitched back up, and thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a second one. Childbirth is a beautiful thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just like more used to being jealous of like those girls who post more pictures of their thigh gap than their butterface. You know what I mean? That's my own stab at misogyny, I don't know. I'm just like not used to being jealous of like strong single mothers. You know what I mean? It's difficult. I did go on a date with a guy I met online. It was going fine, so went back to his place. He went to the bathroom. I did what all of you would do. I went to the fridge to help myself to a beer, but all I found in his fridge was a cantaloupe with a hole cut in it. I know, you get it. All the dudes in here are silent, like this is some sort of Melon Fuckers Anonymous meeting. Like,